Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back to another Rome 2 Clash View here today, and we do have plenty of Roman Legionnaires here setting up as we prepare to watch an incredible smackdown here on Camaldulum, a British map. I feel like we don't often see this map in play, but we do have it here on show today, and we do have the Roman legions leading the way, as they always do, the first in and the last out, as how their centurions live their way of life, and I'm expecting the Roman legions here to follow their officers in that same format as well. And we have the Hastati here going in first, the troops of the Republic going in here. They look like they're going to be facing off against our old sort of rival in the Arverni. The Cingatorix leading those tribesmen into battle. It'll be interesting to see how they do. Hastati have got some pretty decent stats, so they are very vulnerable to missiles. With only that 60 armor there, they are going to get picked apart by the chosen swordsmen. But Javis, that is for sure. We have got a Kush here as well on the defense, which is a great anti-Rome. They have pretty good armor-piercing units in their Shotel warriors back here, which they do have plenty of. I don't even know if have they got any of the armored ones? It doesn't. Oh no, they definitely do. They certainly have one or two of them. That is for sure. And then we have Dacia as well, or the Getae as the final defender. And then those joining Rome today that are already getting focused down by artillery are the Boii, a Gallic faction, which used to be settled in Italy, got forced out of Italy and into Germania, but they are a very, very cool faction. Also some pretty handy units in the sword followers, that's for sure. Rome's legions are already getting battered here by artillery. Who's firing that? And it's the Getae artillery of it. He's getting some great shots. That's going to be a very tasty one there. That was really nice. Oh yes, very nice fire. He's firing that rapid fire, trying to hit the Romans whilst we're blobbed up, and he's getting some good kills. I'd say accuracy has certainly eluded him a little bit, but he's certainly done all right out of that, that's for sure. Rome's armies are already getting stuck in, as you can see down here. We have got the Hastati going in here against the Gauls of the Gauls. Really, the Arverni are kind of like the main Gallic faction. There are a few others that kind of make up the tribes, but it is pretty much just these guys. They kind of represent all the Frankish Gallic tribes. I don't know what you'd really call them. Just Gauls and Gauls. The Celts and Gauls, I should say. That's really what they are, isn't it? That's the Celts and Gauls rather than the Gauls from Gauls. That doesn't really make sense, guys. But yes, it's good to be back with some more Rome 2. Took a little bit of a break from it, just to see we get some more glorious replays to you guys. And I had a lot of TDD stuff to cover with the new update that's come out as well. But it's good to be back in the world of ancient Rome, watching some of the finest troops the world has ever seen battle it out. And by that I do mean the Romans. Certainly not these Celts, these barbarians. Rome right now actually is losing these fights. Kind of surprising. The veteran legionaries as well, of all things, to be losing. And against chosen swords, right now Rome needs to be setting up archers to get great side shots that help win this fight. As the defenders are doing here against the Hastati, they're using their Gallic hunters here to give some nice side shots. And we do actually have Rome over here doing exactly that. One of the Roman players, he's getting side shots here into the chosen swords to support his lesser troops. And we could see a bit of a flank going on here. Boii is just blobbing up here when really should be going along the wall, trying to open up this front a little bit more. And Rome should also be landing more troops with this tower here as well to do exactly the same thing, to open up the front a little bit more and make something happen. Looks like there was a bit of a landing here by the Romans, and you can see by the amount of corpses of Romans there, that's not gone so well. Seems like the Kushite slave infantry, which actually aren't too shabby if used correctly. I've seen them do okay, to be fair, with some good support. They can get some good kills. We've got mercenary axe warriors as well from Getae supporting in that fight. But yes, if you're a fan of all things Rome 2 and Total War and want to see more Rome 2 sieges on the channel, then you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe down below. We're getting slowly ever closer to 30,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for all your support. It really does mean a lot, folks, for those of you that can watch all the videos. I don't know why you do it. I feel like sometimes I think I just waffle on and just say a load of rubbish. You guys seem to love it. And yeah, if you want to, you know, send in your own replays as well, have them featured on the channel, whether it's Rome 2, whether it's any old Total War, I'm more than happy to cover, you know, Shogun 2 replays, whether it's modded or unmodded, or NTW 3, or whatever. Do send it in. I'm always looking for the replays, and maybe your 50 seconds of fame, 50 minutes of fame, I can't remember what it is. Hopefully the video is longer than both of those, to be honest, otherwise it probably wasn't a good one. Though I have seen some very excellent 1v1s before, which have lasted probably about 15 minutes. There you go, the first wave is slowly dying out. Actually, this might be the second wave. Legionary here gone. The Hastati are long gone. And I can see like a couple of units here that has for some reason not been sent in first. The Legionaries of Rome are getting absolutely focused down right now. I've been told this is a bit of a grind fest in a breach point, so I have a feeling we might be about to see a grind fest in the decision of this battle made here, which at the moment, it's not going the way of the Romans. The Legionaries still battle on. Their discipline knows no bounds. These guys would rather die where they stand than retreat, mainly because they get killed for retreating by decimation, which is a pretty grim way to go. I don't know if you don't know what like death by like execution by decimation is. Basically, it's where 1 man in 10 gets picked out from the unit, and the other 9 men beat that man to death. Pretty grim way to go. I think I'd rather die in battle fighting a barbarian, especially since it's usually like getting beaten up rather than like you're not getting stabbed up. It's a pretty quick way to go. I also don't know if I will sound slightly different. I'm going to try not to cough down the mic as well randomly. I mean, I have been caught on it like off guard sometimes. But I'm like slowly recovering from a cold. So hopefully it doesn't interfere with my commentating today. The time I'm probably doing this is the middle of the night. Hopefully it won't be coming out in the middle of this video. Again, like I said, I'm waffling away. But while I'm waffling away, we've got Praetorians in here. And these are Praetorian Guard, by the way. These are the Praetorians. Which these are technically... I don't think these are Republican. I think these are early Empire. Technically. Because the Republic doesn't have such things as Praetorians. I mean, they do, sort of. They have, like, bodyguard. And that's how the Praetorians come about, is like the mounted bodyguard that defend the generals. I think these are early Empire, and the Praetorian Guard are like sort of actual Empire. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I think that's the case. I'm not really sure with what Rome 2 or like CA was trying to do with adding 2 different Praetorian units. While that's going on, we have actually got Getae sitting in Falksmen here, which these guys are literally designed to fight the Romans with their falxes. Let's get rid of the foliage while this is going on as well, so let's get it out of the way. There's curved blades which can rip through the scaled armor of the Romans. They are going to do a lot of work, you'd imagine. I mean, they should really. They are like much better, I feel like, in things like DEI. In vanilla Rome 2, they're not that great. I feel like they kind of burn out pretty quickly. They are, yeah, very much shock troops. They don't do well in prolonged melee. Though they are getting 59 kills here, which is not so bad. Against Praetorians, well, my gosh, we've already got Praetorians in there. Is this the same unit? I think it is. Is this the very unit we just saw going in? That is crazy. That unit already broken and dead. That is, yeah, that is the very same unit, I think. Unless they pulled it out. Sent it around here, but even still, there's a lot of Praetorians just stood here now. And they're just using Praetorians to burn down towers. Interesting choice of unit to do that with. We've got missiles over here, focusing on the auxiliary Syrian archers, which have ammo left. That's not good of Rome. We need to get those guys back. We are now seeing the Celtic Bowman getting set up over here, which is good to see. Bowie maybe trying to support his fight here. Making slow, arduous progress right now are the Romans. It is really slow going. And again, the reason this is that the defenders are having so much success at the moment is because of how the attackers are attacking, just through one choke point here. They attack along the wall, like they set up their towers to do so, and attack in multiple places, make multiple breach points. The defenders, who have less troops, and because they have less money, typically they have less troops, they don't always. A less troops. It means that they are stretched, and they can't defend everywhere effectively. Well, at least there's one situation here, there's one choke point here. The defenders can defend it really easily, and they can kind of just funnel the troops in, and all of a sudden numbers don't matter. I mean, it's then just the quality of troops, but then even still Rome has those cards in their hand. But Rome has not got the better places to set up his infantry, like set up his reserves, and also get his archers in position, it seems. Or at least he's not using those options. He definitely does have those options. He can set up his archers back here, shoot into the side of these fights, and he can easily be turning this fight around in his favor. Balance power, by the way, looks like it's shifting in favor of the defenders already, which is crazy. I mean, that's not out of the ordinary. Rome definitely can turn this around. The game is not named Rome 2 for no reason. It's been named Rome 2 quite literally because Rome can single-handedly take on armies on its own feet. Especially with units like this. More veteran legionaries in there. I mean, these Romans can go. And this one might not be a great example. 57, 58 kills. I mean, you can still go and get triple figures quite easily. If all the Roman units go and get triple figures, that's fine, that's a good result. They'll go and win the game for their team by doing that. Yeah, the Romans are going to keep on fighting on here as hard as they can. There's not a lot to really commentate on. I mean, again, another Praetorian. Oh, this is actually as a Praetorian guard. This is like a later Praetorian. I don't really know, like I said, why the difference. It's showing its back so nice into the archers right now. They're getting such a good back shots into it. So many more Praetorians are coming as well, just like basic Praetorians as well. So Praetorians here being forced to test their mettle, prove why they are the Emperor's bodyguard. Falksman here, how have they done? Actually got 112 kills, it's not bad for them. Another one over here, no, that's an Axe Warrior. Boei seems to have taken all the responsibility for this. Choke point now, Rome, or at least the two Romes going on over here. This is finally a smart move here by the Romans, trying to flank with the Praetorians. What you keep trying to do is you go after the Kushite slave infantry, all the archers on the wall over here, which are also... they have ammo left, I think, as well. No, actually they don't. They don't know their bows up. Even still, go for the slave infantry. Just kill these guys. Like, Kush has got a lot of expendable units still to use, as well as slave infantry in great numbers here. But yeah, you shouldn't be bringing in reserves just to stand here. If they're not going into the fight, don't send them in. Because these units are getting free shot. Like, these Praetorians have lost 10 troops before they've even got into any sort of fight. Leader is going back here with 42 men left. Kind of again shows Roman discipline. Got 102 kills. Not that great for a Roman legionary unit, but still. Shows that the Roman units will just fight on and on and on until low numbers. Cycling out units, which I feel like is all well and good, but you need to charge in the other unit first, then cycle it out. But actually, I think he's falling this unit back, so his other fresh unit can get jabbies off, which is not a bad idea as well. Use Rome's greatest weapon to kill him. It'd be cool if, like, in a Rome 3, if you would ever get a Rome 3, like, if you get a javelin in the shield, the unit drops the shield, like, the man drops the shield. That is what pretty much the pillar is there to do. It's not really to kill the man, it's to unshield warrior that is holding said shield. So it's easy to kill in combat. That'd be a really cool mechanic if you could add that. I also would get rid of javelins from most units. Because one of my pet peeves in Rome 2 is just that practically every single man has a javelin. Like light infantry I can understand. Like give the slave infantry, yeah, maybe give the slaves javelins or something like that. Maybe even give them rocks or something to throw. That'd be quite cool, like a That'll be something different to the javelin. Maybe do less damage. But like it fits their sort of class. So like a slave, you know, you maybe wouldn't give him like a really like a good sword or something like that. You give him like maybe a dagger and give him like a javelin or something to go into battle. Like a heavily armed warrior, he's not going to want like a chosen swordsman. A chosen swordsman is just going to have a sword. He's not going to go into battle with a javelin necessarily as well. And what's what made the Romans so different is like that they all had javelins. They all used them effectively. Anyway, while I've been waffling again, the Praetorians here are getting pushed back the unit that's been forced off the wall. 147 kills, not bad, but not great for a Praetorian. Praetorian should be getting 200-300 kills. This one's also done terribly, 67, 47 men left. That's definitely not getting 200-300 kills. But yeah, this wall of elites is slowly crumbling right now. They've still got plenty of Romans to send in, though. There's a lot of battered Praetorians out here that have yet to go in. There's still plenty of units back here. More armored legionaries. These are also very, very good. I'm surprised they haven't been sent in first, weirdly. They've been sending in the Praetorians first. I don't understand that when some people send in their elites like first. It's like, oh, they'll break through. Yes, but the enemy has all his ammo at that point. Don't send in your elites when the enemy has his ammo, which he'll just shoot your elites, and then you're left with the rubbish units to try and break through what the enemy has then. Still have artillery with ammo here, and it now actually is making another breach in the wall. This should have happened ages ago. Why the attackers are doing this now, I do not know. I think it's Bowiai's artillery. Yeah, his firing here is trying to make a breach in the wall. We also have a sally out here from Arverni, light horse here riding out, which is why we can see Rome's archers are retreating. But I mean, Rome is not prepared at all for this. Neither is Bowiai, and there's so many archers they can go for, or a general here, Rome's general. I mean, that is a great target for any of the light horse. I mean, it's probably better off going for the archers. They're a bigger haul to go for. But yeah, anything along this, there's nothing here protecting this. We are now seeing Roman infantry being dashed over here, veteran legionaries being sent over to try and stop the cab, but it's not going to save the archers in time. They've actually connected with the Bowiai archers. They didn't mean to, and he needs to be careful not to pull through. And Rome sending his general to try and save the archers there. Dangerous. I mean, now we're going to see archers focus down the Roman generals here, I presume. And this could end up being a bit of a mess here for the attackers. We could see multiple Roman generals die here. That one's going to get out with pretty much a few losses. There is still going to be a few bowmen. Actually, yeah, multiple Bowiai bowmen have been routed there, I think. That is not great. That is not great. Yeah, at least 2 units have gone there. They are going to get the Arverni cavalry, but it's done its job, really. It's a pretty cheap cav, and it's managed to rout multiple arch units, which otherwise could cause a bit of a problem. We're now going to see more legionaries get in. These are the armoured legionaries going in. These are parts of the reserves. We've also got Oathsworn in here now. Another good unit that can carve through enemies. Ideally, Bowiai wants to be going up against Kush, but as you can see, smartly it seems... I mean, there are some show tells over here, but smartly it seems Kush is sending most of his forces to deal with Rome. He's kept most of his reserves back, like his elites are way back here, just still untouched. If we get to the armored showtails, if they actually have to go into battle, I'll be surprised. Balance power is shifting in favor of the defenders. I wouldn't say it's been the closest game in the world, but it's certainly been a great example of how to defend. The Romans can still win this. Still win this, I believe. Praetorians retreating? They are. I think they're just being pulled back. I don't know why. 33 men, just leave it in there. It's not got any more battle effectiveness at all. Just send that in. Still a healthy Praetorian guard to be sent in, though, to do work for their emperor. More Celtic bowmen still getting shot at. I mean, they're not protecting their archers near enough. Like, you do not need to be as close to shoot into these combats. Like, they can be further back here and then just side shot into the side of these noble swords. The archers here are kind of limited by where they can go. Fire at will. We are seeing a load of... Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't know how long that's been a thing, and I've not realized. Rome might have a whole bunch of units glitched out on the towers here. Yeah, I think he does. That's not helped, you could argue, with the outcome of today's game. That might not help, but that doesn't make an excuse really for the poor attacking. But there's like maybe 3 units of what are potentially, I think, all legionaries here, stuck on these towers. Hence might be why the Romans haven't continued on with this attack here, because the towers are a bit glitched and they're a bit worried that they're going to get more units stuck on there. So if that's the case, then I can see why they maybe not carried on. But still, yeah, that's quite unfortunate there. The Romans have lost those units. So AI continues this fight here, though. And the Oathsworn, they're doing okay, actually. 130 kills, 130 of them left, 113 kills. Not bad. They're just actually, as we were just leaving there, they are starting to lose. I think it's because the show tells have just arrived. I'm intrigued to see how well they'll do in today's game. Rome, even though it's been taking innumerable losses, as you can see here, has actually been pushing the defenders back slowly but surely. But a new foe has arrived in the Shotel Warriors here, which are the Roman killers, supposedly. They have really good armor piercing, damage with their curved swords, and Rome has a lot of armor, so they should be pierced. We've got Falksmen in here as well, so they're literally 2 units that should be anti-Rome. I feel like, though, the better of the 2 Falks factions bring is the Thracians or the Attrition Kingdom. They're the better of the ones to bring. Armored Legionaries here. This is a prime example of sort of the unit, the matchup. The Shotel Warriors, at least they should do pretty well against the Armored Legionaries. We'll see if that's the case. Armored Legionaries at the moment combat even, 58 melee attack, 95 armor. Shotels actually are losing. They have 75 armor, 38 melee attack. Weapon damage is 35, which is actually the same as the Armoured Legionary, and they are now losing the Armoured Legionaries, so they show total combat even. And it shows what I'm saying. Probably helping that the Falksmen are also charging in, they could get pretty good charge bonus, 48. But yeah, the Legionaries here getting swamped and cut down by units that are just designed to beat them. Love the Centurion leading the way, though. They had the highest casualty rate in the Roman army, if you did not know, because they led from the front. This kind of just made it like they were obviously the most experienced, well-trained troops. If you lost them so often, that kind of just like lessens the quality of your army. Because your most experienced troops constantly keep dying. So if you keep promoting them the next most experienced guy, he's probably going to die in the next battle, leading from the front. Romans have taken over the assault here, though, as well. Interesting enough, Boii probably has more troops left. Yeah, he's plenty of troops to send in still, so interesting that Rome's sending in his guys. Armored Legionaries coming up. I mean, there's still plenty of elites here to come in from, like, the Romans and the Boii. They still have plenty of Praetorians and plenty of Oathsworn to send in. Like, it's not over yet. I mean, to be fair, the defenders are running out of mid-tier troops. We now are seeing the mobilization of the elite corps of the armored Shotels. These guys have some massive weapon damage. 50 weapon damage, 40 melee attack, 95 armor. So they match the armored legionaries in most stats. They're like 95 armor. Melee attack, they have a lot less. Weapon damage, though, is a lot more. So yeah, they'll be more than a match, I'm sure, for these Romans. See how they do. The armored legionaries, the Praetorians will be interesting to see. There they are. 39 weapon damage, 65 melee attack, 90 armors. They actually have less armor than the Praetorians. They have better like melee stats. I think the best I think the best melee attack comes from the Evocati cohort. Because they're like the veterans, but they don't have near enough the best armor. They're probably the best for their bank and their book. I mean, if someone brings an Evocati spam, usually it's a sign that they are pretty experienced player. I bring Evocati and Armored Legionaries. I never really touch Praetorians. I feel like for your bank and your buff, you're better off bringing those two rather than the Praetorians. Mainly because most of the Roman units can get the same amount of kills that Praetorians can get. If used correctly. I've seen the Armored Legionaries hit, which are in action right in front of us. I've seen them get 300-400 kills. Praetorians, I've seen it do it as well. I mean, I've seen them get even more. I've seen some Roman units go get 600 kills. Like, if used correctly, with like support from archers and just surrounding units, they can cut down. So they probably farmed a bit, but still. They do well. You see the Armored Legionaries here, yeah, they're winning these fights, beating the Armored, the Mercenary Axes back. Shoto Warriors. They're losing in that fight, actually. Interesting enough. I wonder whether the Shotels aren't really as much of an anti-rogue as much as the armored Shotels. I could be wrong. I mean, the Shotels might do better against the lesser Roman units, like legionaries. But against actually like the high Imperial units, like the armored legionaries and the Evocati, maybe not so much. Praetorians going in to rejoin their legionary brothers, though they hated each other in history. Praetorians often seen as sort of like not being true soldiers, kind of just being like, you know, just fat, overweight, overpaid. So they probably were overpaid, maybe not overweight. Usually like made up of, you know, the emperor's favorites. They are going to break through here. It's cost them a lot again for the Romans. There's a innumerable amount of dead Romans here, but there just always seems to be always more to send in. That pool of troops is slowly running out, by the looks of it here. Not a lot of Romans left to send in. It's still got slingers here and archers. I don't even think they've used all their ammo. These archers are using some of their ammo now, again, to try and help win some of these melee fights. It's great. It should have been happening so much earlier, though. Really should have been. Aspa is still massively with the defenders. And here we go, the armored Shotels going in against the Praetorians. The battle of the two elites. Golden armor here of the armored Shotels, starting to get covered in blood, the crimson blood of the Romans. So archer fighting, which is good. That's the Romans trying to support with the Shotel warriors there, trying to get some, you know, some victories. Boiai's once again taking over the assault here with the Oathsworn. It looks like he's not going to break through the Shotels. These Oathsworn, 187 is not bad. 159, it's not bad. It's not great Oathsworn kills. It's not bad. Praetorians here actually are beating the armored Shotels, apparently. No one. Well, I was about to say no one's told the armored Shotels, but they are now losing slightly. They are getting shot in the side by archfire, which is what's making the difference. That's all it takes sometimes. It's the battle of fine margins. I mean, the defenders use their ammo so effectively early on in this siege. I don't know if it's really like possible for the attackers to really turn it around. They've lost so many Romans here. Like, you just like look in this shot here. There are so many more dead Romans than there are like defenders. At least it looks like it. They're still pressing on. I'll give them that. They just do not give up. Now I have the noble swords in here as well for Gete. So they're sending in their troops, their elites. These are also pretty good for the bang for their buck, not bad. Their weapon damage is also pretty good. It's better than the Romans by a whole 10, but their melee damage is a lot less, 48. As they get, I think they got Chevron there. They got a headhunt popped on, that's why. They are actually pretty cheap, but very effective, very heavy melee infantry. You can usually spam those guys out. There's a lot of elites though in this one because it is ultra funds, so it makes sense. There you go, they're falling back once again. I think they're cycle charging a bit here with the units. I mean, that's a good withdrawal, to be honest, from the defenders as they get focused down by missiles there. As you can see, Syrian archers coming up. So they're going to get good side shots there. That was just going to turn that around. It's a really good move there from the attackers. But also, good battle reading there by the defenders, making sure that, you know, they're preserving their troops as much as they can. Really, Rome needs to shift his archers, which don't have ammo actually left, so maybe don't worry about it so much. But yeah, they should keep shifting along their missile troops to, you know, help support these fights along the wall. But it looks like this armored legionary here has run its race, so they're going to need to send a new one in, try and hold that front. Oswald might need to be sent over there as well. Oswald here are... well, I guess they're doing okay. They should beat the noble swords as well. Armored legionaries though going in. Sorry, armored hotels going in, armored legionaries. No, wrong side, wrong side. I think technically Boii, even as like Oswald, they don't necessarily, because they don't have, what, 80 armor? I mean, that's quite a lot. But I thought Celtic factions are pretty good anti-Kush, so Boii should be able to deal with Kush, I think. Be interesting to see. They get some jabbies off. Yeah, it's not bad. We'll see, we'll see. I thought that was the case. I thought most Celtic factions kind of countered Kush. But everyone realised that Kush was like the anti-Rome counter. People started to bring in like a Celtic faction to counter Kush, and then still bring a Rome. At least that's what I remember from my days playing Rome. It's been a hot minute since I played Rome 2C. I had to get back in this time. Oh, again, cycling out their Praetorians. I don't know if I see the need for it. You're not getting the charge bonus that you're getting if you're bringing like a Falk. I wouldn't have thought. What is their charge bonus? Yeah, 19? No, you're not getting anything there. You just better leave them in prolonged melee. And at this point, you don't have time to cycle these out. They're still fresh anyway. Why would they need cycled out? Yeah, at this point, every man's going to be sent in. I mean, the Romans will just fight on and on even if they're knackered. Until they're told to stop, they'll keep killing. This thin line of red here trying to hold back a horde of barbarians, though. As so often is the case. Rome's thin red line, holding the frontiers. Backed up by a much thicker red line now. Look at the Praetorians with their imperial purple. Which I'm pretty sure I say every time the Praetorians are on screen, I say it should not be the case. They shouldn't have been purple. So they shouldn't. That Praetorians done pretty well. There's 41 left, sorry. 234 kills. That's not too shabby. Oh, we have a sally out. I'm not paying attention, and it seems like Rome has nothing ready to deal with this either. Because there's auxiliary archers here dealing with the Dacian heavy bowmen. Dacians are winning that fight. We've got noble swords out here as well. You can see a general going. He's going to go for rear charges here. It's not a bad idea, but the Cavs is nowhere near as good. The Os one is going to try and get get in. Also, the Roman general's like bodyguard is not that great. He is like not that powerful. He's not like a Hippias Lancer or something like that, or a companion cav. He's a medium command, as you can see. He's not that strong. Got 78 kills though. Strong enough to take out some Dacian heavy bowmen, evidently. And there you go. The sally out's over. I feel like these auxiliary archers, they might have been out of ammo anyway, so there wasn't really much of a need to go and do that, but they did it anyway. And did Rome land more troops here? I think he did. I think he landed... No, I didn't get any of these guys off, so I don't know who he landed. Just another legionary unit, maybe? Right, open up that front. This line's getting pretty thin over here at the moment. But there's so many military hotels in there. I see so many. Yeah, there's actually quite a lot still to send in. And this is not good. Dacia's now getting into the back lines there with the Osworn of Arverni. support from him. These are bow eyes, they're not. But yeah, Oathsworn here going in. Bow eyes in this general. Really, Dacia should have gone in and encircled this unit here, but the Praetorians are already losing, even if they're getting archer support. The Shotel Warriors here, proving their anti-roam. Here come the two generals. We've got the Arvernian Dacian general going into battle together. And again, the sally out continues. They've come back for a second round of it. And taking out more archers, which I think have no ammo. I'm going to see Dacia sending his noble swords against the Oathsworn. I mean, it's all pretty good. It's all distracting. They have the ability to do this as well. They have resources left that they can just, send them out. There's one less Oathsworn going into the choke point in here to support this fight, and Dacia's actually managed to sneak through a tiny little noble sword, and he gets the archers in here, which again might have just run out of ammo, I think. The slingers, though, I don't think we're out of ammo. They've routed. There goes Dacia's general. He's going in as well. Try and back this up, and all of a sudden, it looks like if they get through all these archers, they come into the back lines here, about to undo all this work that's been, well, I say work. Fight over here. They've not really done much in the way of work. They're getting pressed back to their original star lines here, are the attackers. Oathsworn general is losing in that fight, and Dacia's going to encircle this Oathsworn here. He's actually losing slightly to the noble swords here, and he's going to lose even more now. Those Dacian heavy bows in the back line. That general is cycle charging. He might die if he pulls out this fight. He keeps going in and out. He's going to lose bodyguard bit by bit. He might be down to just his general, I don't know. The other Roman... Oh no, Rome's already lost a general at some point, I feel like. I feel like that just kind of went under the radar. I don't know what happened to him. And I think that might be the other one gone soon. 19 out of 40 is still going just about. It's hardly mattered. I'd say that the general's bed being there or not is not matter. Rome A's have got a full load of elites. They've fought on pretty well, pretty hard. But also, they just the effectiveness of this assault has been pretty poor most of the game. As we've seen, attacking us narrow front like this, even if you've got the greatest faction the game has ever seen, which is Rome, it is by far and away. You can dispute it all you like. It's my opinion. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinion, but it is correct decision, and they had two of them. You're not going to break through. Like, you need to make as many breaches as possible, because otherwise effective nations like Arverni and Kush, which are really good at countering Rome, in my opinion, they're gonna defeat you, and especially when they're using their archers much better than than the attackers did. There you go. Yeah, all those units there mashed out. This has not helped either. I'll admit, 3 legionaries being stuck on there. I think they were legionaries, not veteran legionaries. But even still, getting stuck on there, that's not helped the cause for the Romans. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't matter. They would have defeated those units anyway. There'd have been maybe less few defenders at the end of the game to speak of. But even still, they would have won, because they still got Shotel Warriors here, healthy units that have not seen action. But yeah, there you go. That is a GG. And there you go, a costly victory. It certainly was costly. It came at the cost of hundreds, if not thousands, of barbarians. But they've defeated the Roman invasion, which was led by a Caesar and an emperor, which is interesting to see. Appropriate names for the generals. It's a shame they didn't have the minds of Caesar, that's for sure. They would have otherwise won this one. But yeah, this one was sent in by Rabbit, who was playing as Dacia, so thank you very much, dude, for sending this one in. Nearly getting the most kills for his team. But getting a close second is Gete, which is not too shabby. That is for sure. Getting 240 kills with his archers. These were like the MVP of his army, that's for sure. Look at them, 234 kills as well. His noble swords, 287 kills, 191. His falcons getting 117 is a good result there. One of his axes getting 109 kills. Then we have Elchrisk here playing as Arverni, 114 kills with his Oathsworn. It's not that great actually for an Oathsworn. Gallic Hunter's getting 234 kills, 254 kills. Again, MVPs for his army. The Chosen Swords, which you can spam out, but again, a great effective unit, which is why I think there's such a great effective like anti-roam. You can get these guys relatively cheap, and they can take on most Roman units. So give them a good fight, and take quite a few down with them. But yeah, 187 kills, 137, 144. A lot of them getting triple figure kills there, that's for sure. And then we got Camille Lasers playing as Kush, 127 kills with his Kushite Royal Archers. Don't know if they use all their ammo, but then his other bows, 196 kills, 149. His armored Shotels, this one getting battered, but getting 220 kills. And so the others, yeah, 144. Not too bad, but nothing like insane actually for them, to be fair, in today's game. Supposed to being an anti-Rome. Didn't necessarily see the full power of them because not all of them were committed. And then 107 kills with the Shotel Warriors, 124 with another one down there. Then we have Emperor Rua the First playing as one of the Romes, getting 146 kills with his general bodyguard there. Weirdly, he also brought a Scorpion, I just realised. Don't think he only got 65 kills. Didn't really even notice it was on the battlefield. And yeah, for good reason. Did not do anything. His missiles as well, nowhere near as effective as the defenders. 98 kills, yes, a horrendous sort of result there for Rome. And it kind of showed why they can push forward, because his archers weren't doing near enough work. Praetorian Guard getting on 203 kills, 237, 196. Yeah, just spammed out the Praetorians, which is all well and good, but yeah, did not do the work, near enough work, and didn't have the right support either, that they were going to be able to do enough work. And then we have Valkyron here, playing as Boei. 203 kills as Giant Blister, which is great, but it should have been destroying more walls. We should have seen another breach point open, because that's what I thought they were doing. Instead, he was just destroying more walls, destroying troops, which is great, but definitely could have done with opening up another choke point, in my opinion. 201 kills and 209 with the Oswan here is very good. Most of his Oswan actually did pretty reasonably well. 173 kills here with the Sword Followers, 159. It's also not too bad for these guys as well. Then we have Caesar playing as Rome. I just realized he's brought no missiles, so that's immediately put his team at a disadvantage when it comes to missile sort of like chance of victories, because you need missiles just to match at least up with the opponent's missiles. You can take them all on. But instead he just spammed out the infantry, which some of these couldn't even get into the fight. Like these ones here, 15, 25. I presume it's these ones here. Or maybe it's not, because they had troops left and they mass routed. So it might actually be these ones here, 21, 78, and 73, I think, actually. Which is even worse than seeing these two legionaries here getting nothing. Yeah, like his armored legionaries, 125 kills, 150. I don't really know where he spent his money. His Praetorians, I guess, 201, 155 is not bad. 124 kills with the veteran legionaries. But yeah, a lot of his units is doing poorly. Just sent his troops in and just got like no result. I mean, yeah, 1,500 kills for Rome is poor. Really is. You should be getting 2,000 minimum. Really. But yeah, there you go. That is today's Rome 2 Siege. If you did enjoy, then, well, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that shenanigans. Hopefully the next one's going to see a bit more of a masterclass. But I did like the idea of this one just being a Roman Legion spam and a bit of a grind fest in a choke point. It was a very, very fun one to cover. Thank you very much again, Rabbit, for sending this one in. And thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you got this far, I do appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you folks later.